What if Allah had already turned his gaze away from you? What if, without you even realizing it, he had removed his light, his protection, and his love? You're still living your life. You laugh, you joke, you make plans, but above you, the gates of heaven are closed. Your du'as don't rise. Your heart feels dry, and your soul is slowly dying in silence. There are signs, subtle signs, signs that Allah is no longer pleased with you. And the scariest part is this: you can live through those signs, thinking everything is fine. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 of the most dangerous signs. Signs that might mean you're drifting away from Allah day after day, step by step. And if you recognize yourself in any of them, don't take it lightly, because Allah doesn't always punish with fire or lightning. Sometimes, He punishes by letting you go astray, quietly. First sign, the absence of peace and Baraka in your life. You work hard, but nothing seems to go right. You chase success, money, and happiness, but everything slips away. You earn money, but it disappears without a trace. You have time, but can't seem to accomplish anything. You're surrounded by people, but deep inside you feel completely alone. Maybe it's because the Baraka has been taken out of your life. And sometimes it's not shaitan. It's not bad luck. It's not the test of life. Sometimes it's Allah Himself removing His blessings from your life. Why? Because you've drifted away from Him and you didn't even notice. Allah says in Surah Taha, verse 124, "But whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a miserable life." When Allah is no longer pleased with you, He can let you live, breathe, walk, talk, but nothing will taste right. Your relationships bring stress. Your sleep doesn't heal you. Your days feel heavy. You smile on the outside, but you're empty on the inside. You may have a beautiful house, but it's filled with constant arguments. You may have a good salary, but by the end of the month, there's nothing left. This is the absence of Baraka, and it may be the most silent warning that Allah has turned away from you. If you constantly feel stuck, if you feel like your life has no direction despite all your efforts, then ask yourself the real question: is Allah pleased with me? Second sign, you sin and you no longer feel any shame. Sin is supposed to make your heart ache. It's supposed to disturb your sleep, to make you cry in sujood and beg Allah for forgiveness. But if today you commit haram and you laugh afterward, if you lie, backbite, look at what's forbidden, and then say, "It's okay, everyone does it," then open your eyes. Your heart may already be sick. The Prophet said, when the servant commits a sin, a black dot appears on his heart. And if he continues sinning, that dot grows until the heart becomes completely dark, and a heart covered in darkness feels nothing. Think about it. The first time you committed a sin, you felt bad. The second time, a little less. Then one day, you do it without thinking. You say astaghfirullah, but your heart doesn't shake. You make a dua, but there's no emotion behind it. And this is the real danger. Because sometimes Allah doesn't punish you with a tragedy. He punishes you by letting you continue sinning in peace. He removes the light from your heart, the softness, the fear of disobeying Him. Allah says in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, verse 14, "No, rather the stain has covered their hearts due to what they used to earn." Repeated sin kills faith. Slowly. You still think you're a believer, but your heart has already shut the door. So if you keep sinning and you feel nothing, don't say, "It's just life." Don't say, "Everyone does it." Say instead, "Maybe Allah is no longer pleased with me." Third sign, your prayer feels heavy, rare, or has no impact on your heart. Salah is meant to bring peace to your soul. It's your moment to disconnect from this dunya and stand before your Creator. It's the one time in your day where you can truly speak to Allah, the one who gave you life, and who can take it at any moment. But what happens when prayer becomes a burden? When it's rushed? When it feels empty? When you're physically present, but your heart is completely absent? Allah says in Surah Maryam, "Then there came after them a generation who neglected prayer and followed their desires. They will face the consequences. He's not just talking about people who abandon prayer completely, but also about those who still pray, but without humility, without focus, and without love. When Allah loves you, He makes prayer sweet. He draws you to the masjid. He places peace in your sajda. But when He is displeased, He removes that sweetness. And suddenly, salah becomes just a routine. You rush through it. You don't remember what surah you recited. You feel nothing after you say, Assalamu alaikum. And worst of all, you don't change. If your prayer doesn't move you, if it doesn't soften your heart or protect you from sin, then something is deeply wrong. It might be a sign that Allah has withdrawn something from you, His mercy, His light, or His nearness. So ask yourself, do I truly feel connected when I pray? Or am I just going through the motions? Because a prayer without the heart is a body without a soul. Before I share the fourth sign, if you've made it this far, it means this video is touching your heart. So take 1 second to like this video. It helps reach more brothers and sisters who need this reminder. Subscribe now so you don't miss the powerful videos that are coming soon, inshallah. And please write in the comments, may Allah guide us to the straight path. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Fourth sign, persistent arrogance and pride. You hate being corrected. You listen to advice, but you don't accept it. You always need to be right. You practice Islam, but you secretly feel superior to others. And when you do a good deed, you expect people to praise you, to say, MashaAllah, what a pious brother. Be careful. Pride is a silent killer of the soul, and it destroys people, even those who think they're close to Allah. The Prophet said, no one who has even a mustard seed of pride in his heart will enter paradise. You could go to Hajj. You could fast every Monday and Thursday. You could donate thousands, but if you're doing it to impress people, to build your ego, then you're not worshiping Allah. You're worshiping yourself. And don't forget, who was the first to fall because of pride? Shaitan. When Allah told him to bow to Adam, he replied, I am better than him. And for that one arrogant thought, he was cursed forever. So ask yourself sincerely, do I think I'm better than others? Do I look down on sinners instead of making dua for them? Do I feel proud when people praise my good deeds? If yes, then pride is already in your heart. And Allah does not love the arrogant. He loves the humble. Those who accept advice, those who weep in secret, those who hide their good deeds and fear being rejected on the day of judgment. Pride is not strength. It's a disease. And if you don't treat it, it may take you far away from Allah before you even realize it. Fifth sign, Allah's reminders no longer touch your heart. Even the Quran, one of the most terrifying signs that Allah may no longer be pleased with you, is when His words no longer reach your heart, when the Quran feels like just sound, when reminders make you bored, when videos like this one make you scroll away without even thinking. In the beginning, you used to cry during the khutbah. You used to tremble when you heard an ayah. You used to feel something move inside of you when someone spoke about death, about hell, or about standing before Allah. But now you can hear 10 ayahs, 20 hadiths, and your eyes stay dry. Your chest doesn't tighten. Your soul stays silent. That is not normal. Allah describes true believers in Surah Al-Anfal verse 2. Indeed, the believers are those who, when Allah is mentioned, their hearts tremble. So if Allah is mentioned and your heart does not tremble, if you hear the Quran and feel nothing, that's not a personality trait. It's not just how you are. It's a sign of a dying heart. And a dead heart doesn't hear the truth, doesn't respond to guidance, and worst of all, it doesn't realize it's dying. So if the Quran no longer moves you, if Islamic reminders feel boring or unnecessary to you, then fear for your soul. Because it may be that Allah has turned away from you, and when Allah turns away from someone, no one can guide them back, but there's still hope, if you're still listening. If you made it to the end of this video, if even one of these signs made you reflect or feel something deep inside, then know one thing, your heart is not dead, not yet. Allah only lets you hear reminders. If He still wants you to come back, He lets you recognize the signs. So you don't destroy yourself in silence. So don't ignore what you just heard. Don't close this video and forget everything. Don't let your heart go back to sleep. Stand up today, make wudu, pray with intention, cry in sujud, and ask Allah, Ya Allah, if you are angry with me, forgive me. Don't let me die while you're displeased with me. Because the worst loss is not to lose money or friends or status. The worst loss is to lose Allah and not even realize it.